is a constructor? Technically speaking, it has a different role and etc. We will discuss in a while, but let us first of all understand in a syntax based. Okay, in the sense, what is the rule of Java that says about constructors? Okay, what are the rules around constructor? Okay, what are the rules? The first rule says constructor name must match class name. That is one of the rules. Okay, and then second rule is that constructor header does not contain a return type. These are the two rules, very important rules. It does not contain return type, and okay, constructor name must match the class name. These are the two important rules about constructor. These are rules about syntax. Okay, these are syntax rules. What is the meaning of syntax? Anyone? Syntax means grammar of the language. Okay, just like English has grammar, Telugu has grammar, Hindi has grammar, and so on, right? Every language has some grammar. Okay, programming languages also have grammar. Okay, and that grammar in technical terms is called as syntax. Okay, and each grammar has some rules that you must follow. So suppose that you are saying a sentence in English, then there is a format in which you have to tell that sentence, in which we are writing like subject, verb, and object. That is the format of English sentence making. But in Telugu we have a different format, and we have to follow that format. That is grammar, right? So here also we have some grammar or rules. Okay, and for constructor these are the rules, right? Okay, now let us have a look on what exactly constructor looks like, and why I'm talking constructor should not have a return type. What does that exactly mean? Okay, so now let us consider square as an example. Okay, if we consider square as an example, then for square class, how would the constructor look like? Okay, the constructor of square class, how would it look like? We will just follow the rules of that are mentioned here and then try to write it. Okay, so for square class constructor, you will be writing it as class name. Okay, and then you provide brackets. Okay, we provide brackets, and then we provide flower brackets also. Okay, so this is how a constructor looks like. Okay, and in our example, especially in the beginning classes, we will be writing our constructors with also with something extra. Okay, and that is, before the constructor name we will also write public. Okay, so the overall constructor will look like public space square, which is class name, followed by its brackets, followed by its flower brackets. Okay, now based on this idea, can you guess how would a rectangle class constructor look like? Public space, then rectangle, then brackets, then flower brackets open and flower brackets close, right? Everyone is clear, right? Understood? Okay, good. Now what this particular way of writing constructor behaves like, or what it does basically. Okay, now what we have seen is just the syntax, how to write it. Okay, what to write inside it, that is another thing that we will be seeing most probably after the break. Okay, for now just focus on how we are writing the basic structure. Okay, another thing, Another thing I want you to observe, that if you compare this particular way of writing syntax with another type of code that we have seen before, okay, you have written sunset method, right? Do you remember how did you write sunset method? Can you tell me how did you write? Public void draw, public void sunset, parenthesis or brackets, then flower brackets. Right now, what did we write inside? That is not our main concern right now. Okay, now if you compare this one, this is a method, we know that for sure. This part is a method, right? We discussed about that. This is a method. Okay, because we can see that when we right click on the object in the list of methods, we can see sunset. It is definitely a method as per Java. Okay, now if you compare a method and a constructor, there are some differences. Can you point out what are the differences? Yes, method has a return type and constructor does not have a return type. Very good. Okay, next, any other observation? Mhm. Yes, very good. Okay, here square is a class name. Okay, and here sunset is not a class name. Okay, any other observation do you see? Any other observation? Because this is class name, first letter must be a capital letter, uppercase. Okay, and because this is not a class name, not a class name, and so it has to start with lowercase. Understood? So those are the main syntax level differences between a constructor and a method. Clear on that part, right? Okay, so we will do some observations once again based on the code that is already available to us, and then we will try to write our own code as well. Clear? Okay, fine.